Hi, Adam Defoe here, and I just wanted to talk to you quickly about a powerful sales tool that is effective and should be used in the sales process. Now, this tool sometimes gets forgotten about, maybe not used enough, or it's not even known to a lot of salespeople out there. It's a powerful tool for creating separation from you as a salesperson and your client, and it also can inspire your client to take action, buy your product. The tool I'm speaking of is third-party stories. Now, a third-party story is simply a story of a previous client that has purchased from you. Now, they may have discovered a creative way to use a feature of your product. Maybe they bought for specific circumstances, or maybe they were experiencing challenges in their life. They had objections, but they decided to go ahead with it anyway. Now, the problem that salespeople tend to have is that there is a lack of trust. A minority of salespeople out there have ruined it for the majority by misleading their clients. So clients out there tend to think that all salespeople are liars, and we couldn't be further from the truth. So a third-party story, what it does is it separates you from the client in your role as a salesperson. It allows your client to view your product from a different angle, a different perspective, so that they feel comfortable. And you're not telling the client directly what they should do. So let me give you some examples of how to use a third-party story in your presentation. You could use it to explain a creative way on how to use a feature. Instead of telling them directly how to use it, well, this feature here, if you use X, you'll experience Y and Z from it. You could use a third-party story, which is a lot more powerful. You could say, well, this feature here, actually I have a client, her name is Elaine, very similar circumstance to you, and what she discovered is if she used X this way, she would experience Y and Z with it. Now, I don't know if that's something that you would do, but it's definitely an option. So the first thing that this does is it infers that someone just like them purchased this product from me. It also paints a picture to see the product in motion in a real-life circumstance. It also gives the client confidence that someone else is successfully using the product and they are now viewing this from a third party or a comfortable distance. Another powerful way to use a third-party story is overcoming objections. Now, you may have heard of the feel, felt, found technique before, but it's important that you have a third-party story to back this up. So let's use the example of, well, it's not a good time to buy because I'm buying a house. You could answer them directly and say, well, you know you're going to save money in other areas that you can apply directly towards your mortgage payment. Or you could use the power of a third-party story, someone else that's just like them. You could say to them, you know what, maybe you're right, maybe it's not a good time. However, I do have a client that was in very similar circumstances to you. His name is Jim, and he was about to buy a house, and he was concerned with payments and so forth. But what he discovered is that all the different areas in his life that he would save money, he could then apply that money directly towards his mortgage payment. In fact, the reason why he bought was because he was buying a house. Now, would you get involved for the same reasons that Jim did? So, this takes pressure off from you talking directly with the client, allows them to view it from a comfortable distance, and either they're going to say, well, maybe, yeah, that makes sense, or they may come up with another objection. Either way, you're digging in deeper and getting more information from them. To become great at third-party stories, it takes practice. And the first thing that you should do is start journaling every sale that you make. Their names, the reasons why they purchased. Did they come up with a creative way for their own specific circumstances? Did they have an objection and buy anyway because of a certain reason? So take the time on every sale to journal this. Create third-party stories from it so that you have them ready to use whenever a situation comes up in your next sales presentation. There's plenty of more sales tips and tools at the INLP Center. My name is Adam Defoe, and I look forward to hearing from you and even working with you in the NLP Sales Practitioner Certification.